This is 5-8, super short. I have one problem for you, really. But you do need your calculator, yeah. So this, we did, well, this first part says graphs of polynomials are straight lines, hey, or smooth curves. We did linear, straight lines, chapter 2, right? We did quadratic, that was the curves in chapter 4. And we did the line of best fit, all that for a set of data. But sometimes there will be higher degree polynomials, x to the 5th or x to the 4th or x to the 3rd, that make a better fit for the data that we have, okay? So the way we're gonna determine that is with our little r squared that showed up back in the day. We're gonna take a look at those again. Remember what I said before about the r squared? We said the closer it is to 1, the better. You can almost think of it like a test grade, right? You'd rather get a 99% than a 42%. So you want a 0.99 before you want a 0.42 for your r squared, right? We want to be as close to 1 as we can. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this data, and I'm just going to put this on the screen up here for you. Do you remember how to enter L1 and L2?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, bud. Stat edit.
Yes. Okay. So on your calculator with me, do this with me. You're going to go stat.
I don't own a calculator.
Yes, you do.
You have a proof of that.
Bummer. Stat edit. Okay, and you have L1 and L2. So for your L1, you're going to put in your x's. So that's going to be 0, 5, 10, 15, and 20. If you have anything in there, make sure you clear it out, right? We don't want any information in there. Stat edit. L2, arrow over to L2, and you're going to put in 10.1. 2.8, 8.1, 16.0, which is really just 16, and 17.8. Okay? Your lines should be even. If they're not, it won't work. So make sure you have the same number of things in each column. Okay. So if you recall, back in the day, we did line reg, quad reg. We have not done cubic reg, but it's the same thing. It's the same process. You push a different button, okay? So here's what you are going to do. I wish you could see Apple TV and this at the same time, but you can't. Sorry. Split screen? That'd be awesome. Not right now, though.
You put your iPad there.
2, yeah. I know, but then it feels like there's not enough room. Then I'm like doing this, and then every time I push something, I know. Sure, let's do this. Okay, you are going to push. Do you remember how to do linear regression? Stat. I'm going to write it here so you know.
Stat calc.
Calc, good. So you're going to go stat over to calc up here, right? Over to calc. And then what?
Line reg.
Line reg, number 4. Okay. Actually, let's just, I don't want to confuse you. If you go back and look at this, it's that. So 4, you do not need to store. You just need to calculate it. So go down to calculate, hit enter, and this is your equation. Okay, so when it asks for the line of regression, you're going to put in, are you getting these numbers? I'm going to take this away. Yes? Okay. So you're going to put in y equals, we're going to go 3 decimal places. So 0.572 x plus 5.24, okay? Notice there's an r squared and an r. We don't want the r. We want the r squared. Okay? What is your r squared on this? 0.55. Okay, we'll just call it 0.55. And we'll call it 0.554. Yeah, let's just do 3, unless I tell you otherwise. Do 3 decimal places. Okay? It's as easy as that. Now, you're not going to take any of that data away because we want the same data. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go stat, calculate, and now what do you think you're going to push for quad reg? Quad reg. Ah, crazy. That's amazing. So this one is stat, calc, quad reg. Okay? So go down and calculate that. Don't store it. You don't need to store it because we're not actually going to graph it. So this is going to be your equation with your A, B, and C plugged in. So that's going to be y equals 0.059 x squared minus 0.617 x plus 8.211. Are you getting those numbers? Hopefully. What's your r squared? 0.763. Which one's better? The bottom one. Quad reg, right? Closer to 1 is better. So this is closer than this one in terms of being a good line of best fit. You want to be close to 1. 100%, right? We want to be close to 100%, essentially. It's not technically, but that's what we base it off of. Okay, so the last one, anyone see it? Stat, calc. It's right here. Do you not have an R on there? You need to turn your diagnostics on if your R's aren't on there. You need to go to second 0. That's your catalog. And then go down to diagnostics on and hit enter, enter. Okay, stat, calc. Which one do you think you're going to hit this time?
Cubic reg.
Cubic reg. It's the number 6. And then go down and calculate. And that's going to give you your next one. Look at that r squared, guys. Look at that r squared. 0.999 just keeps going. So we're just going to call it 0.999. Or you would round up to 1. But we're not going to do that right now. So this is going to be your equation y equals... You're doing all of them, A, B, C, and D.
And are we going to round to the third?
3 decimal places.
Just do this over and over.
Yeah, I've already really? Oh my gosh, look at the rate.
Okay, so those are your 3 equations. This information is what matters from this in terms of telling us which is the best fit, okay? So for this one, which one is your best fit? Which model? The cubic, right? The one that has the x to the 3rd power. You're so confused? About what? Oh, your calculator isn't working? Do you want to... well, you can try it on mine in just a minute. Oh, yeah, there you go. Plug it in. Okay, so then it says, use the best fit model to find the y value when x is 30.
Oh my god.
Which of these equations shall we plug x into? The cubic, right? If that's our best model, that's the one we want to use. That's the one that's going to give us the truest information if we plug this in. This will not give you good answers because those are not a good fit, okay? This one is a very strong fit. So you're gonna do when x is 30, so you're gonna plug into your calculator, y equals negative 0. I missed a number there. Oh, 0.012. Sorry, did you write that down the way I wrote it down? Negative 0.012. My bad. Times 30 cubed plus 0.433 times 30 squared minus 3.297 times 30 plus 10.081. You literally are plugging that into your calculator, which should be a no-brainer, hopefully. Don't do weird things with parentheses. You plug that in, and you get what? Did anyone plug it in? Negative 23.129. Okay? Everyone else has R's on their calculator right now, right? Okay.
It's like a tyrant.
R.